International Business and Globalization. Business in a global setting. For more than 40 years, public attention has been focused on ethical issues that arise when business operate in foreign countries. The United States that use their economic power to manipulate foreign countries. In 1970s, there was wide concern with US firms that were seen as becoming corrupted by foreign business practices. In 1977, the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act made it illegal for US firms. In 1990s and 2000, attention shifted to include responsibility for the entire supply chain that produces and distributes a business products. 12.1 Introduction. Significant ethical issues are raised by an examination of proper rule business in international settings. Beginning in the 1970s, a number of dramatic and well-publicized cases highlighted these ethical issues. Early in 1970s, America-based ITT was accused of widespread efforts to undermine the democratically elected Marxist government of Salvador Allende in Chile. 12.2 Ethical Relativism and Cross-Cultural Values. There are many other cases in which apparent diversity of values disappears upon closer examination. The fact that political and economic elites tolerate corrupt and unethical conduct, especially in cases where they are the very ones to benefit from that conduct. Many regions in Asia have traditions of lifelong employment. Many agricultural regions throughout the world have long practiced sustainable farming. Many cultures throughout the world deeply value communication, social welfare structures. 12.3 Cross-Cultural Values and International Rights. A minimalist approach, according to Donaldson, holds that business is free to pursue its economic interests as long as certain minimal rights are not violated in the process. Among the rights that Donaldson described the following: the right to freedom of physical movement, the right to ownership of property, the right to freedom from torture, the right to a fair trial, the right to non-discriminatory treatment, the right to physical security, the right to freedom of speech and association, the right to minimal education, the right to political participation, the right to subsistence. 12.4 Globalization and International Business. We shift now to a more macro-level analysis of business international responsibilities. Ethical issues surrounding globalization have taken center stage in discussion of international relations within just the past few years. 12.5 Globalization and the Poor. The general outlines of the market-based argument are familiar by now. A free, competitive, and open international market will lead to more efficient and optimal distribution of economic goods and services. 12.6 Race to the Bottom. A second set of ethical challenges to global economic activity is that fair trade and economic integration creates incentives to weaken or do away with environmental, labor, health, and safety regulations. 12.7 Democracy, Cultural Integrity, and Human Rights. Another set of criticism is that increased global economic integration threatens deeply held non-economic values.
Critics of the World Bank and the IMF often raise the challenge that their economic policies undermine self-determination in poorer countries seeking international financial help.